Good day, parents, family members, guests, teachers, administrators, and graduates. It is an honor to celebrate this grand occasion with you. Graduates, I commend you on this successful portion of your journey. You began this expedition many years ago with the desire to get to today, your graduation day. But it didn't just happen with desire alone. It took studying, perseverance, sacrifice, and extra effort given the circumstances that you faced over the past 2 years. Through the closing of schools, virtual and hybrid learning, and all of the other adjustments you have endured, you stayed focused, you kept your eye on the prize, and you followed through. Along the way, you were directed by some dedicated and wise tour guides. Your families, teachers, administrators, and of course, our community, all of whom contributed to the success that you have accomplished. Whether you are headed to the job market or continuing your education, I encourage you to set goals and strive to achieve them throughout your journey. This will ensure your continued growth and success. As you continue on your path, I leave you with some advice on success as shared by Larry Chengiz. Success is doing the best you can in as many ways as you can. It is being just and honest and true. Not in a few things, but in everything you do. Always look ahead and never look back. Believe you can make all your dreams come true. Always believe in the best you can be and have faith in the things that you do. Never give up and think that you're through, for there's always tomorrow and a chance to begin brand new. It is in dreaming the greatest dreams and seeking the highest goals that we build the highest tomorrows. There's no limit to the goals you can attain or the success you can achieve. Your possibilities are as endless as your dreams. Whatever it is you seek in life, whatever your dreams and what you hope to achieve, whatever you try to reach, whatever you plan, can all be yours if you only believe you can. As you reach for the goals you would like to achieve, may you find all the strength you will need to meet every challenge one step at a time until the day when you proudly succeed. Congratulations on your growth and your journey. Class of 2022, I wish you all the best.
Welcome and congratulations to the Class of 2022. I am thankful to have the opportunity to share this milestone in your life, your high school graduation. Today marks the culmination of 13 years of education, hard work, and determination. Today, we celebrate you and your accomplishments, and what an accomplishment your high school career has been. These past few years have had unexpected challenges, but you rose to meet them with grace and strength. The Class of 2022 is strong, and our world will be better for your fortitude and perseverance. Today is also an ideal day to remember how far you have come and to thank your families, friends, and teachers who have supported you along the way. Each of you has come a long way from those first steps into kindergarten, where you would begin reading and writing, to today, where you have become young men and women who are college, career, and citizen ready. As you prepare to take the next steps into your future, remember, each of you is a unique individual with gifts and talents to offer the world. During these past 13 years, you have learned much, discovered interests, and begun developing your gifts and talents. As you head into life's next chapter, we are all excited to see how you take these skills, interests, gifts, and talents to the next level. You have a strong foundation on which to build a life of purpose, character, and integrity. We cannot wait to see how you impact our world for good. I wish you the best, Class of 2022.
Welcome, family and friends, and to the great Class of 2022, congratulations. Graduates, today's pomp and circumstance is a tribute to your dedication and perseverance. If the past 2 years have shown us nothing else, it has certainly revealed that you are strong, capable, and resilient. These characteristics will continue to serve you well as you step into a new chapter of your life. You will be successful if you give serious thought to your ambitions and set challenging but realistic goals. Goals are necessary to chart a course through life. Set your goals and commit yourself to them. They may change from time to time, but success comes to those who are committed. To make it happen, you must believe it can happen. Maintain your commitment. Remember, too, that with independence comes responsibility. Success and responsibility go hand in hand. On this auspicious day, be mindful you've had a tremendous support group working with you and for you. Your family and friends providing the encouragement and love that has brought you to this moment, and your teachers, administrators, support staff, providing the instruction, knowledge, and counseling that has prepared you. Know that they are all smiling today with joy and happiness for you. I challenge you to pay that support forward. Be a help to others along your way while realizing your dreams and aspirations. You definitely make us NNPS proud. Go forth and continue to be great. Godspeed, class of 2022. I wish you all the best.
Congratulations to the class of 2022. It is an honor to share this special occasion with you as we celebrate your educational accomplishments. We have been through a challenging time navigating the unknown effects and restrictions of a global pandemic. And the class of 2022 has certainly shown us what it means to remain committed to a goal with perseverance, dedication, and hard work. This journey has included rigorous coursework, high expectations, and service to the community. Under the guidance of our great teachers and staff and the dedicated leadership of the school board, our graduates have mastered academic requirements, competed in sports and academic competitions, served our community and schools, and developed the skills necessary to be productive citizens. During the course of their high school careers, Newport News Public Schools has continued to expand opportunities to give our students the knowledge and skills they need to graduate college, career, and citizen ready. Today's celebration means many different things for each of us. For you, the students, a graduation is the conclusion of a chapter in your lives that began years ago in kindergarten. You are now looking with eyes wide open at the adult world you'll soon be joining. For parents, grandparents, friends, and other relatives, graduation is a time of joy and satisfaction in knowing that your loved one has reached a significant milestone in their young lives. Families, I thank you for your confidence in our schools and for supporting our young people. It has truly been a successful partnership. To our faculty and staff, I thank you for the support and guidance that you've provided over the years, especially the professionalism and dedication you've displayed in helping students return to learn this year. Your daily work will be reflected in all of the future accomplishments of these graduates. We're extremely proud that Newport News Public Schools has opened doors for thousands of students. Now we encourage the class of 2022 to move forward and step into the future. Thank you, best wishes, and enjoy the ceremony.
It is fitting that we begin our graduation ceremony of 2022 with a tribute to our great nation. Please stand quietly for the presentation of colors and the national anthem, and remain standing until the Menchville Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard has left the area. Please remain standing for the processional of our graduates. Thank you.
you, please be seated. Good evening, everyone. My name is Skylar Ross, and I'm the 2022 class president. I'd like to begin by thanking each and every one of you for not only being here on this special day, but making it possible, as cliche as that sounds. Thank you, parents and guardians, for being the best support systems we as students could ask for, faculty and staff for showing up every day, teaching us not only how to find the area of a triangle or analyze different cell types under a microscope, but teaching us valuable life lessons. And finally, thank you, class of 22, for being the best family I could ask for. I woke up every morning and saw each and every one of you, whether I wanted to or not, for 180 days this school year. And for a lot of us, we've been together since elementary or middle school. Speaking of family, name another school that could pull off the most amazing Spirit Day in school history. Getting 101 students to come together and dress up as Dalmatians, that's pretty impressive. Believe it or not, that was over 2 years ago now. As underclassmen, seniors seem so big, maybe even intimidating, the way they crowded the parking lots in the morning and sat at which seemed to be their assigned cafeteria tables. But being in those shoes now, it's really not much different. We've had our opportunity to leave our mark here, whether it be the state championship trophies that our girls' basketball team added to the glass display, or even the paw prints that seem to be painted on Boxley Boulevard each year. But now we're given the opportunity to leave our mark on the world around us. In 20 years, students will be reading about us in their history books regarding life during the pandemic, but that's only one record of the impact that we will have on the world around us. And what would be a speech without some words of encouragement and COVID references? It wouldn't be. So as many of you leave home this summer, whether it be for college, studying abroad for a specific field, a mission trip, or even boot camp, remember all that you've overcome. Our class has shown great resilience and adaptability after being virtual, missing an entire year of school, considering a lot of us probably slept through our whole junior year. But we've all managed to overcome and get back on track, academically and socially. And now we're finally able to walk across this stage. I'm looking forward to seeing the big things that you all accomplish in the next chapter of your lives, and also looking forward to seeing your Instagram post tonight with captions probably referencing a Drake song. Again, I'd like to thank all of you for making these past 4 years some of the most memorable and enjoyable. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You deserve this moment. Take pride in it, and don't forget to take pride in Menchville. Today, it moves you forward and paves the path for your future endeavors. Thank you, class of 22, and good luck in this next chapter.
Good evening. My name is Madison Silcox, and I have had the honor of serving as Menchville Student Council Association Secretary. Many dedicated school division officials have provided the support necessary to bring us to today's graduation ceremony, including the superintendent and the school board. We are honored to have many of these individuals present today. Please join me in recognizing Superintendent Dr. George Parker. Dr. Parker is increasing student access to college and career opportunities and expanding business partnerships to ensure that all students graduate college, career, and citizen ready. Also joining us today are several members of the school board and the school district administrative team. School board chairman Douglas Brown. Mr. Brown is the director of data science for a software company. As a product of public schools and a former educator, he believes in the power of public education to drive economic growth. Mr. Brown has served on the school board since 2014. School board vice chair Lisa Searles-Law. Ms. Searles-Law is a science education administrator at Jefferson Lab. She is a member of several professional and community organizations and is a strong proponent of STEM education and teacher professional development. Ms. Searles-Law was elected to the school board in 2018. School board member Rebecca Amon. Ms. Amon is an attorney specializing in estate planning, trusts, business, and tax law. She is a graduate of Newport News Public Schools. Ms. Amon was elected to the school board in May 2020. School board member Dr. Terry Best. Dr. Best is a retired Newport News Public School administrator and a graduate of Newport News Public Schools. She is actively involved in many community activities and is an advocate of youth development. She was elected to the school board in 2018. Also with us this evening is Chief of Staff Richard Wright, Chief Academic Officer Tina Manglamott, Chief of Operations Officer Rusty Fairhart, Also present today, Chief Steve Drew and Councilman Dave Jenkins. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Avery Atkins, and I am the Menchville Student Council Association Vice President. I have the pleasure of introducing the class of 2022 Salutatorian, Megan Wilson. She is recognized as an extraordinary student who participates fully in class and exhibits great leadership. Megan has been able to maintain her academics successfully, along with her participation in academic clubs. She is a member of the Spanish National Honor Society and Vice President of the National Honor Society. She also participates in athletics. She is the 4-year starter on the varsity soccer team, and she is a well-rounded student who is highly dedicated to serving and working with others. Megan will attend Pennsylvania State University in the fall and major in forensic science. I now introduce you to our salutatorian, Megan Wilson.
Sometimes, I get this feeling of reality that washes over me, making me become abruptly aware of my surroundings. It's like I take a breath and suddenly feel like I'm awake after being perpetually asleep. In those moments, I survey my surroundings and am overwhelmed by my senses. Standing totally still, I watch the bustle of bodies moving or the movement of the trees swaying, or if I'm driving, I watch the cars passing me by on the highway. The same thought always occurs. Here we are, each of us in the same place, at the same time, on the same day, yet under completely separate circumstances. I have no idea where the person driving to the left of me is going, nor where they're coming from, but we are coincidentally together. I believe high school has been that highway I've been driving on for the past 4 years. I have been surrounded by you all in the hallways, seen your faces, passed you by, yet have no idea where you're going in the future or where you're coming from in the past. There are students sitting in these chairs who you consider to be your closest friends. You'll hope you'll continue to grow up together, to know each other. However, we're all just drivers on this highway that are to part at the next exit. Hopefully, we will merge together again in the future. Sadly, we may only interact in our memories of the good old days. Despite our future connections, or lack thereof, our friends made this drive memorable and meaningful. However, in light of the tragedy of our exiting from one another onto the next road, we all must take a step back and realize the independence we have to choose our futures. At this moment, in my breath of awareness and reality, I know we are utterly blind as to what each other will accomplish, what our closest friends will come to accomplish, or what we ourselves will come to accomplish. But I also know each of us drivers finally have the opportunity to choose for ourselves. When considering what to say to all of you, I never wanted to mention how we are living through a pandemic or have faced hardships due to COVID-19, but I now realize that it is of merit to mention because it has completely changed the paths of our lives. It seems everything that has happened in the past 2 years happened due to this virus that stopped the world in its tracks. It was the giant pothole that altered our route towards achievement. In total honesty, it has completely altered our character. Some changes were for the better, such as reconnecting with family or old hobbies. However, it would be ignorant to say that there weren't some changes for the worse. The way the pandemic has been handled by government, schools, businesses, workplaces, or even our family members has negatively impacted our lives. Granted, it was an unexpected situation that no one understood how to approach. Nevertheless, the outcomes of government protocols, changes in school grading systems, and the societal expectations of those in positions of power has aided in creating a generation of unprepared, undedicated, unattached, and frankly unhappy people despite our attempts at personal growth. I believe this pothole has caused us to lose qualities such as perseverance and grit, and has left us worried about the challenges of both college and the workforce. It has detached us from reality and rather attached us to screens and worksheets. It has thrown us, along with our teachers, into pools of work, yet we drown without fully understanding what we write or what we're learning. It has bent my highway into a racetrack, and I feel as though I've been speeding in circles and could lose control of the wheel at any moment, never reaching my desired destination. Think of your life, career, athletic, or college goals from freshman year. Now think where you're heading. Most likely, your next exit will be very different than you expected from yourself when you got on this highway with me. That is not because we simply forgot our morals of hard work, lost motivation, or became less intelligent. It is due to the increasingly frightening social, political, and environmental history we have now become a part of. The drive you expected to be pleasurable and predictable had a detour, and our futures could experience the repercussions. But that is only if we allow them to. And now, as my breath of realization comes to a close, I take another look over the people sitting in front of me, and I am still unaware of your destinations. Yet, instead of dwelling on uncertainty, I am choosing to believe that each of us will work to better ourselves, take control of our lives, and finally realize that life has more to offer when we complete more than the bare minimum. I hope you will listen to what I have said here today and realize that this character change does not have to be permanent. We do not have to remain unprepared for the future, undedicated to work, and unhappy because we have control of the wheel. As the cliches like to say, the world is your oyster. Let's enjoy our futures and the pit stops we make on the way to our final destination. Be extraordinary, be better, be diligent, and be more than satisfactory. And as Rascal Flatts likes to say, life is a highway, and we've enjoyed riding it all night long. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2022.
Good evening. My name is Nora Carrero, and I am the Vice President for the class of 2022. Today, it is my pleasure to introduce the choir to you, under the direction of Miss Jennifer Jarrett, as they perform Be a Light. These lyrics strike a meaningful chord about our power to affect change in the world. Recorded by Thomas Rhett, Reba McEntire, Hillary Scott, Chris Tomlin, and Keith Urban, this anthem of hope and unity holds a significant message. Thank you and enjoy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming. My name is Ann Chappell Ellington, and I am the Menchville Student Council Association President. It is my honor to introduce the Menchville Class of 2022 Valedictorian, George Mason Hill. Mason's teachers and peers hold him in high regard here at Menchville High School. His hard work, dedication, and sheer talent have garnered reward, merit, and recognition, all of which he deserves. Mason is a member of the National Honor Society, French National Honor Society, Key Club, and our award-winning marching band. Mason's desires, combined with his maturity, make him destined to be successful at whatever he chooses. One important lesson he has learned is that hard work pays off. He considers his most valuable qualities to be his moral convictions, such as being honest, making the right decisions, and setting a good example for others. He gives the highest praise to his parents, who are the most influential people in his life and have shaped his personality to be a positive role model. Mason will attend Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University in the fall. Please welcome our 2022 valedictorian, Mason Hill.
Felicitations, fellow students, teachers, faculty, staff, parents, siblings, fellow human beings. Although I try not to make a habit of putting words in other people's mouths, I think that I can safely say, on behalf of the entire class of 2022, to all who have played a role in the realization of our triumphs, joys, and ambitions, you have our most sincere gratitude. In a few moments, after everyone has had a last chance to leave us with pieces of wisdom, or at the least their closing remarks, we will depart this ceremony with all of the pomp and circumstance afforded to our graduate status. We will soon proceed to the next big endeavor in our lives. Hopefully, each of our future accomplishments will be paired with a growth of perspective. Not only will we have succeeded, but we will have also grown as individuals from the experience. With any luck, this upward trajectory will continue for the rest of our lives. But before these few moments have passed, and before our high school career is behind us, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on the wisdom that you have gained while at Menchville. The point I wish to make with this retrospection was succinctly stated to me. Don't compare yourself to others, but rather to yourself yesterday. Absolutely, it is the case that all of our collective and individual academic achievements are worthy of celebration. However, I wish to emphasize the importance held by the development of our character and our most basic values. It is likely that these lessons will stay with us for far longer than the individual facts of the classroom, if the pieces of knowledge we have acquired are the plot points of a work of fiction. The more basic ideologies beneath them are the theme. Certainly, plot points are important for an understanding of the theme, but they are trivial in comparison. With this in mind, ask yourself, what is the most valuable, intangible, universal understanding that your time at this institution has given you? Having each of us almost finished writing the last page of our adventure's most recent chapter, seeing the magnificent red-orange orb of the sun disappear at the end of a long and eventful day, we are now faced with one of our most dreaded enemies, a blank page, a new day. Both of these have the utmost potential, but also a finite structure. The metaphorical construct here is, of course, only our enemy if we choose to make it so. As with a writing for an English exam, the most difficult word to write is the first one. Starting a new day can also be difficult, especially on those occasions when one gets fewer than 6 hours of sleep. But perhaps you'll agree that one of the most challenging parts of such a day is often mustering the willpower to rise from bed. Once this is accomplished, the rest of the day tends to follow suit. I encourage all of you, my peers, my friends, my fellow graduates, write the first word. Use an alarm ridiculous enough to attract your attention beyond a simple button slap. Cover the whole page in your writing. Turn to find that the sun has set again without you noticing it. If we do what is necessary to achieve whatever it is that we would like to get out of our lives, then who knows where we'll be by the time we have finished our next chapter. This is not an idle suggestion or a do-better directive, but rather my answer to the question I posed to you earlier. By no means am I suggesting that anything is possible. If you put your mind to it, or that the sky is the limit, because this simply isn't true. The universe is governed by a set of principles that are steadfast, and that we continue to uncover in our quest for knowledge. There are limits, there are boundaries which cannot be crossed. It seems that nothing is forever, and that I will never be able to attend the first showing of Star Wars in theaters. And yet, faced with these realities, we must find them too restrictive. If we dwell on impossibility, we are likely to miss what is possible. Farewell, class of 2022. I hope that we will all leave here with our heads held high, a rightful sense of bravado, enough humility to keep sight of our past and to preserve our parents' sanity, and the highest aspirations for our futures. The sky is not the limit. With determination, we might find ourselves in outer space.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as the Menchville High School Chorus sings our school's alma mater. Thank you. Please be seated.
Hello, my name is Sophie Adkins, and I'm the Class of 2022 Secretary. I'm also known as the girl who is a part of every school activity and gets asked to do everything. Like, seriously, some days I've been at MHS longer than I've been in my own home. I remember walking into Menchville at 7 in the morning on my freshman orientation day, seeing all of the cheerleaders intensely welcoming me, listening to all of the upperclassmen talking about the importance of being involved in school, and wondering how I was ever going to do any of it. And then, a fast 4 years passed by, and I became that involved upperclassman, and actually grew into that enthusiastic cheerleader too. My transformation into the dedicated and educated person I am today was done majorly due to the wonderful staff and community members at Menchville, or as I call them, my Menchville family. I have been destined to graduate from here ever since I was born. My mom graduated in the class of '94 from Menchville, so me standing here today is honoring that tradition. The Menchville family is so supportive and formative in each young person's lives who pass through its halls that when they graduate, they either send their children or siblings here, or some of them even end up teaching here. Menchville pride is something so powerful that it passes through generations. And even though there have been some changes since my mom graduated, not to mention a whole pandemic that landed us at home for a year, one thing has remained the same: the undeniable connection between the students, their families, staff, teachers, community members at Menchville. In my personal experience, there has never been a moment where I didn't have a staff member I could talk to if I was struggling either in a sport or with school. And as such a culturally diverse school, Menchville is always a place where staff makes everyone feel accepted and appreciated. And to Mr. Surrey, who's at the heart of our family, thank you for always supporting in me and believing in me for the past 4 years. I'm forever honored that you chose me to introduce you today. This is truly surreal, as you are my mom's favorite teacher, and now I get to welcome you, my favorite principal, Menchville's principal, Mr. Bobby Surrey.
Sophie, I want to say a huge thank you, and I will tell you that you guys make me happy. Sophie, I do see you involved in everything. I see you helping others, and I think that's probably one of the most important things that we can do. And I truly appreciate the reflections that you have of Menchville, because this is a place that I feel is our family, and I am excited to follow your life story as well as each and every one of yours. I'm kind of fortunate because I get to share my life with each and every one of you every day, and I get to watch you excel in endeavors that some people would never think they could ever do or ever commit. And Sophie, I actually loved teaching your mom, and certainly it has been my pleasure to be your principal. There are a couple of other people in here that I taught. Miss Amon is right behind me, and I had her in my 7th and 8th grade science class, and I'm sure there are probably lots of others up here as well. The class of 2022 represents a remarkable group of young men and women, and many of us have faced some challenges, and we see the challenges that take place in the world. You've heard about them already. And one of the things that excites me is the fact that 119 colleges and universities have accepted our graduates, and they are the recipients of $18.5 million to defray the cost of a college education. And what that says to me is that this impressive task, it reflects what I believe to be your tenacity, your intellect, and your character that I see in this class. And I want to especially thank our senior class president, Ms. Linnell Campbell. She made it happen for this group even when things were tough, and I appreciate what you have done, along with our Newport News School Board, Dr. Parker and his team, and certainly our faculty and our staff. And Dr. Parker, many thanks to you for what you always do each and every day. You not only recognize the students of Menchville, but for all of the Newport News students, and being here is certainly a tribute to your leadership and the work you do. So, it's my turn to talk to you. Some people ask me if I'm going to sing a song. You don't have to worry. In the Coliseum, I couldn't do it, so too many greats have been here. So, but it is my great honor to welcome each and every one of you, and this is a very special occasion. It's your graduation, the celebration of the remarkable Menchville High School graduates, the class of 2022. And over the past year, our seniors have shown extraordinary grace, maturity, and responsibility under some of the most challenging of times. They have triumphed, they have achieved, and they have succeeded despite uncompromising obstacles and things that always tend to get in the way of each of us each and every day. I could not be prouder of your accomplishments. I am grateful for our Monarch graduates. I am grateful for the families that we have here. All of you have pressed forward, and you have kept those educational goals going, and that has been sometimes very challenging, but you persevered. So on behalf of our faculty and staff, Dr. Parker and his team, and the school board, I would like to extend our warmest welcome to the families and friends of our graduates. It is my distinct privilege now, and I know everyone will join me in saying, congratulations to the class of 2022. So, looking out over this class, I realize how privileged I have been to work with such a fantastic and resilient group of young adults. During the past 4 years, we have shared memories, we've had tears, and we've had a lot of laughter. No one would have ever imagined the world would face such a challenge as we did during your time here at Menchville. Each and every day, I am humbled by everything you do. You have an unyielding compassion, and you always have strengthened me, and I love your indomitable spirit. When I met you as freshmen, I remember contemplating your graduation when June 2022 seemed like a long way away. And I remember thinking about my responsibilities to you during your time at Menchville and making sure that you were surrounded by people on our campus who cared about your education. Teachers who were intelligent and passionate, and they were wonderful shapers of not only your heart, but also your mind. Staff members who cherished and stewarded Menchville High School along with all of our mission and our values. Seeing you here today reminds me that you were the first class to emerge from a shift in the way we did our education. The good news is that we've endured it together. And I share your memories of pep assemblies, homecoming floats, and parades, and also dances. Thankfully, your school spirit and pride from the early days through your senior year did not diminish. You were here, and I can tell you that our fall, our winter, and our spring athletes surpassed anything that we could have ever imagined. That means that we have become the Peninsula winner of the Julian Rice Award, which means we had the best athletic program in the Peninsula District. So congratulations for winning that award. So missing a season in athletics didn't deter anybody, because our girls varsity basketball team, our boys swim team, our girls swim team, and our boys soccer team all became the 5B regional champions. And the girls basketball team became the Virginia High School League's Class B state champions. Woo! Awesome job. You know, maybe missing 2 proms made me a bit nostalgic, but I believe this year's prom was one of my very favorites. So thank you, Miss Campbell, and I say it was the best prom ever. And in case you cannot tell, I'm kind of feeling nostalgic about being here with you. I'm also like this proud parent because I have the best young adults who will soon be graduates of Menchville High School. When you walk across and out of the Coliseum today, you'll step into a world where what the skills you learned are going to be important, and they will be more meaningful to you. Many of these skills didn't come from your computers, didn't come from your class book, but rather they're very simple, important life lessons. And it doesn't matter if you're furthering your education, if you're going into the military, or if you're going into the workforce, they will make a difference in your lives. They are the basic skills like listening to the ideas of others, collaborating when you have a chance to, and giving credit when or where credit is due. Be engaged and show up on time and with a passion. And today we're going to recognize, we're going to honor, and we're going to applaud the achievements that you have accomplished during the time at Menchville. Treasure the important and lasting contributions that you made as your legacy remains for those who are going to follow you and for the staff that you leave behind. I ask you to be a positive encourager for others in our world. I'm so thankful that people in my life, like my parents, like my grandparents, my siblings, and countless teachers, like 2 of my teachers, Betty Ward and Bill too, They were two Warwick High School teachers. When I went to Warwick High School, they were absolutely fantastic. Two other people from Newport News Public Schools who were in administration made a great difference. They were Mr. Henry Godfrey and Mrs. Jean Beckerdite. Those people have all influenced me, and they were individuals who helped me along my life's journey. And I'm grateful that they saw in me what I didn't see. They helped me to realize what my potential was. So congratulations to you and to your parents and teachers and your friends who have encouraged you to reach this level of success. There will be others who are waiting to be your guide. Those people who are on your life's journey, they're going to find and make your heart do some things that are going to be remembered for many years. They will be the one who will help you to open the door for more love, peace, equity, and justice in our world. And in our world, remember, it requires more than just turning on that light switch to brighten the path that you're going to travel. The amount of effort you put into everything you do will make those lights shine brighter and our world a better place. And while we hate to let you go, we know that you're ready for your next life's adventure. Say goodbye to a place where the people you have grown to love and to someone who can always be trusted to do what's right. Today, not only will you gain new rights and privileges, but also a responsibility. Responsibility means encouraging others and helping them gain access to similar opportunities that you have had. Soon, you will be alumni of Menchville High School. When you came to your freshman orientation, you heard me tell you Menchville is a family, and the key word is to belong. As a result of the pandemic, I believe that you now know how important a sense of belonging is, not only for your high school experience, but for everything you do in your life. In the scheme of things, our time on this planet is short, so it's important that you know who matters the most, and I challenge you to always strive to learn, to always be receptive to new ideas, and to make the most out of every moment and experience of your life. I encourage you to live your dream and to embrace your futures. I will choose a quote from former President Dwight D. Eisenhower. And I like this quote because it's my feeling and belief. It says, "For every difference that makes us unique, there is a common thread which comes to connect all of us. We share the need for home and community, for love and respect. May these common threads form a beautiful world in which all people and all cultures are honored." Long live Menchville High School and the class of 2022. Best wishes now and for always, and thanks for sharing your time at Menchville and on this planet with me. I want you to go out and I want you to make a difference in our world. I love every one of you. So I'm going to now ask our first row of graduates to please stand and proceed to the stage to receive their diploma as a visible symbol of the graduation from Menchville High School. As we prepare for our diplomas, let me share the meaning of the tassels, cords, and sashes worn by our graduates. The gold tassels recognize those students graduating with honors. Graduates of distinction are wearing gold cords. Other students wearing cords represent the World Language Honor Societies and the International Thespian Society, New Horizons Nursing Certifications, Tri-M Music Honor Society, and Telecom Skills USA. The stoles are worn by members of the National Honor Society, those completing early college, and the New Horizons Governor School for Science and Technology, and our Air Force Junior ROTC Senior Cadet staff. These symbols are used to recognize and honor individual accomplishments of our graduates. We will now begin the presentation of our diplomas to our graduates.
Zoe Grace Abram. Julia Frances Acker. Sophie Carol Adkins. Laurel Olivia Ailes. Hanyeed Wali Mohammed Ali. Amber Christina Alston. Leah Jewel Amberkey. Caleb Benjamin Anderson. Messiah Ayo Anderson. Kimberly Judith Argayez Torres. Avery Blythe Atkins. Nayeli Ariano Ayala. Christian Ayer Lopez. Elise Kamea Bailey. Zaira India Bailey. Helena Kristen Ballou. Sydney Ann Bayless. Emily Jan Bain. Elijah Najee Bank. Leah Noel Banks. Michaela Denise Banks. Megan Emily Barnes. Sanaya Avier Bassett. Brendan Chase Batchelor. Mary Leanne Baxter. Danielle Rebecca Beal. Dwight Alexander Bean. Joseph Daniel Becker. Aviana Renee Bell. Logan Xavier Bell. Umar Olanrueju Bello. Malad Ben Rashid. Kylie Ann Berg. Sophia DeHotoy Brenandino. Nyasia Monica Berry. Joshua Nathan Blankenship. Amani Rochelle Borden. Hayden Paige Ballard. Dewan Shea Boyd. Joshua Ryan Bradshaw. Christopher Farrell Braxton. Haley Marie Brightbell. Ashton Blake Briggs. Justice Lamijah Broadnex. Lane Jason Brock. Parker Phillips Brookman. Jaspier Bernard Charles Brooks, Jr. Mia Angelina Brown. Akira Michelle Bryant. Robert Lee Bircher. Minor Leonel Burgos Melgar. Dejamique Antoinette Burnett. Naya Tracy Cadet. Curvin Ethan Calderon. Ian Ross Kalupitan. Christos Douglas Campbell. Aaliyah Grace Canaday. Joshua Howard Candela. Benjamin Robert Kaplan. Ohana Anastasia Caraballo. Haley Jean Carlstrom. Ian Hunter Carlton. Caitlin Elizabeth Carlton. Alexandra Catherine Cerny. Peyton Virginia Chartier. Tyjon Deshawn Chapman. Brendan Michael Cherry. Trinasia Charlene Christian. Danielle Adriana Clark. Deasia Renee Clark. Jesselyn Lachey Cobble. Madison Elizabeth Cole. My apologies. Aaron James Cole. Iris Jolene Connor. Michaela Shania Cook. Danielle Joyce Kuhn. Jamil Raylon Cooper. Kiana Christine Corner. Nora Grace Carrero. Trinity Sheree Covington. Caroline Grace Crane. Alex Neil Cravens. Caleb Riley Crumpler. Michaela Mariah Curling. Carlos Tashawn Custis Jr. Jatez Kahim Custis. Darian Michael Cypress. Travis Scott Dangerfield. Christian Dominique Daniels. DeAndre Kwamir Davis. Junior Esteban De La Rosa Martinez. Amaya Love Dean. Navaya Charnay Dent. Scott Allen Joseph DeRosiers III. Danae Chanel Devrier. Denise Yvette Devayer. Destiny Shanice Devayer. Alsany Berto Diallo. Kayla Gabriella Duadani. Shania Angelique Dodd. Cheyenne Nicole Dodd. Jordan Danae Donaldson. Emma Lee Dressler. Jason Robert Drevis. Preston John Duncan. Jacob Thomas Eanes. Lindsay Aaron Enoch. Ann Chapel Ellington. Christian Neil Elliott. Jesse Christopher Escobar Mendez. Diego Jael Iucida. Connor McKenna Evans. Caitlin Louise Falloon. Madison Medora Grace Forbes. Naya Monique Ford. Michaela Gail Fouché. Jack Thomas Franklin. Madison Ray Franks. Kendrick Amari Fultz. Caitlin Elizabeth Gardner. Owen Carl Gates. Maya Victoria Gaudier. Erin Nicole Gelhar. Shoshana Silahana George Chapman. Anaya Alianis Lynn Gibson. Dakota Scott Gibson. Emmerich Glenn Godinez. Lakeisha Danae Godley. Josh Emmanuel Derrick Gomez. Asia Armani Goodman. Michael Tyler Gorbett. Josiah Graham. Jaden Ariana Graves. Kiara Michaela Gray. William Walker Griffin. Kalea Leandra Gross. Stephen Carrington Gross. Israel Guarin. Tabitha Grace Gwaltney. Anastasia Marie Hafer. Jaylene Marie Hollums. Nakaya Giselle Hamilton. Dylan James Harmon. Rashim Shaquille Harris. Benjamin Peter Harrison. Nakoriana Janae Hart. Josephine Claire Hardigan. Megan Michaela Hahn. Marie Gloria Heilman. Kanye Isaiah Henderson. Kamaya Lachey Henderson. Daquan. Yeah. Daquan Malik Henley. Amaya Denitra Henry. Juan Kang Ha. Christopher Joseph Herbst. Narissa Heredier. Nafis Hyri Hernandez. Jordan Lorene Hester. Ethan Riley Husterberg. Joshua Franklin Hewitt. Alexandra Nicole Hicks. Genesis Leanne Hicks. Chase McHale Hill. George Mason Hill. Leanna Danae Hill. Wendell Adam Hockaday. Camilla Rudolph Hockaday. Renaldre Deshaun Hodges. Jordan Tamar Holloway. Alexian Najee Holmes. Genesis Patrice Hopkins. Mackenzie Danielle Houston. Alyssa Liana Hughes. Tristan John Humes. Rebecca Lynn Hundley. Jordan Alexander Hutchins. Nigel Samara Hutton. Haley Denise James. Jamari Kell James. Jamie Henry James. Allison Mackenzie Gerard. Meadow Danielle Jarvis. Elias Troy Jasper. Julian Zamorian Jones. Amari Shakora Johnson. Joshua Connor Johnson. Kiera Janelle Johnson. Kyla Delani Johnson. Luke Preston Jones. Suber Jones IV. Zachariah Thomas Jones. Anastasia Jovanovic. John Michael Giuliano. Dallas Jayshawn Kendall. Rachel Dorothy Kennedy. Gwendolyn Christine Kibler. Emma Tierney Klompenhauer. Trinity Shantae Knapp. Caden Thomas Croher. Zachary Michael Kikuski. Trayton Laplace Land. Emma Joy Latouche. Crystal Nyap Le. Allison Olivia Marie Lee. Christopher Anthony Lee. Khalil Nazai Ligat Perry. Shakira Carmel Lewis. Trace Alexander Lewis. Alina Piscasia Lopez. Byron Roberto Lopez Magia. Bryce Alexander Lupico. Hillary Love Lee. Jeremiah Vincent Madriaga. Michaela Renee Majors. Daniel Samuel Malvez Noli. Isabel Ashley Marsteller. Michael Lee Mason. Caitlin Alyssa Matthews. Reagan Ashley Maynard. Peyton Lynn Mays. Avery Rose McIninch. Kylie Jane McCarthy. Justin Ronald McClendon. Erin Nicole Gelhar. Adrian Keyshawn Amer Lewis. Bethany Mae McCown. Annabeth Faith McCoy. Catherine Margaret McElfresh. Jonathan Patrick McHenry. Aaliyah Marie Jones Franklin. Tyasia Shantae McNair. Olivia Rose McNish. Cassidy Grace Melzer. Raven Olivia Miller. Jennifer Denise Mohammed. Kanaya Dashe Moore. Lawrence Gregory Moore. Riker Glenn Moore. Alexander Samuel Morello. Rachel Elizabeth Morgan. Jaden Robert Mullen. Jason Matthew Neese Jr. Emily Karen Odachowski. Julie Marie Ost. Malachi Elijah Olson. Alan James O'Neill. Damian Michael Orr. Tara Elizabeth Ortega. William Albert Outland IV. David Samuel Page. Ji-Yoon Paik. Dakota Michelle Palmer. Jakari Lowell Parker. Michael Jeffrey Pavusa Jr. Brianna Brooke Perkins. Caden Michael Perry. Christina Sheree Pleasant. Justin Tyler Pline. Kyla Kimura Marie Palega. Haley Angel Faith Polk. Susanna Gabrielle Herman. Jalen Hezekiah Price. Hannon Elaine Pridgeon. Michael Javier Quinones. Contado Torres Rayo. Makai Allen Randall. Skylar Lynn Rawls. Amy Nicole Radisky. Allison Teresa Reed. Robert Allen Reed. Tyler Christopher Ryman. Ileana Inez Reyes. Wilmer David Reyes Melgar. Cole Casey Richardson. Grace Key Rivera. Jamari Dion Rivers. Sydney Nicole Robertson. Jamie Athena Ocampo Robles. Kaylee Imelda Rodriguez. William Connor Roebuck. Theodore James Rogar. Anne Marie Rowe. David Antonio Ruiz. Ariel Denise Rylander. David Neftali Salmaran. Michelle Sanchez Mota. Leah Neve Sanford. Elijah Fabian Scott. Lance William Cesney. Kiara Denise Seabrooks. Carson Elizabeth Scambaluri. Mason Leigh Shaw. Elizabeth Ann Shelton. Samuel Benjamin Shepley. Preston T. Sherman. Madison Catherine Silcox. Talia Lynn Simmons. Sarah Emily Sines. Marcus Russell Smith. Stephen Lemoyne Smith Jr. Taisha Shanice Smith. Adam David Staples. Kendall Elizabeth Stewart. Gabriel Brian Stisser. Holden Michael Tatro. Aaliyah Lachey Thomas. Ariana Khalees Thompson. LaDante Hyneve Thornton. Michael James Todd. Satirius Chris Tofali. Derek Michael Torres. Alexis Nicole Turner. Isabel Iman Turner. Casey Lee Twitchell. Nidea Marie Tyler. Skylar Olivia Vick. Zoe Mistel Villarreal. Nikema Sajaya Vinson. Andy T. Vu. Brian T. Vu. Alicia Kellyanna Vukmarovich. Amanda Emily Walls. Andrew David Walls. Braxton Tyler Ward. Alyssa Cassidy Watts. Riley Gray Weaver. Andrew Sean Webb. Hazel Crystal Webb. Trevor Paul Weiss. Gavin Cole Wells. Kirsten Lauren White. Preston Monroe Wilkinson. Aaron Adrian Williams. Jacob Richard Williams. Mikey Jermaine Williams. Nathan Elijah Williams. Nico Yael Williams. Austin Scott Williamson. Elijah Herman Wilson. Megan Helene Wilson. Ryan Allen Wilson. Taylor Elaine Wilson. Grammar Jakayla Armani Winston. Clayton Willie Wise. Nina Paris Wise. Noah Henry Wolf. Aaliyah Elizabeth Woodson. Jayla Elise Wright. Roderick Savell Whites Jr. Hunter Sullivan Yost. Matthew Jordan Zepfel. Roya Zahidi. Ethan Michael Zamora. Mateo Adrian Zagara. Harry Zing. Reagan Faith Zins. Ladies and gentlemen, Menchville High School's class of 2022.
Now comes a very important part of our ceremony. I am going to now ask the class of 2022 to please stand. By the authority vested in me as your principal, by the Commonwealth of Virginia, and by the School Board of Newport News, I declare that each of you has successfully completed the course of study required for a high school diploma and are thus graduates of Menchville High School. As a symbol of this important transition, you may now turn your tassels. Please be seated. I want to say congratulations to the class of 22. You are now graduates of Menchville High School. As your futures unfold, I challenge you to use your experiences from Menchville to build a world to celebrate achievement, effort, and diversity. I ask that the audience members please remain seated for the recessional and the graduates remain seated as the faculty recesses. Thank you all for attending our graduation ceremony.